This is Opposite Attractions, Season 2, Episode 9, Scales and Arpeggios. The challenge? A dragon-themed attraction.
Welcome to Opposite Attractions, ladies and gentlemen, the happiest podcast on earth. I am your host, Scottye Moore, joined as always by the Adventurers Club wannabe himself, Jim Murphy!
Hello, and welcome to my new show, PassFast.
Murphy!
I'm trying to get something out, man. I'm trying to do my new show, my podcast within a podcast called PassFast.
Wait,
about
what?
Rides I would never in a million years ride.
Wait, hold on.
It's called PassFast.
Wait, what?
Because that's all I would do is walk past them fast.
Oh, so wait, this isn't Opposite Attractions anymore. This is a new
No,
thing.
it's the show within a show of Opposite Attractions. It's called
Oh.
PassFast. I think I've been over this 4 times now.
So it's called
It's
PassFast.
Yeah, it's called PassFast because it was things I would walk by very fast if I saw them in the real world. And for our inaugural, I would like to talk about the Time Traveler, which is a roller coaster that is in your favorite place, Branson, Missouri.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Branson.
Apparently, I saw this and I didn't realize that it was actually opening. I think it opened on Monday.
Yeah.
It is the world's tallest, fastest, and steepest spinning roller coaster.
No, fuck that. Hell no.
So you know how like a wild mouse, it's literally like 4 wild mouse cars on a roller coaster track. It has a 90-degree drop.
Wait, a 90-degree drop?
Yes, the first drop is of 90 degrees, which is apparently not the farthest you can go, because I think there's one that's opening in New Jersey that's 122 degrees or some shit. But apparently, okay. So this is I'm reading from the press release for this. It is the fastest because it goes 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It's the steepest because of the 9 degrees. It's the tallest. It's 100 feet tall.
Jesus
because
Christ.
It has 3 inversions.
And you're spinning.
Because really, you're spinning during this. I don't know how often you spin, but you do spin. I watched, and the thing is, they put up a video showing it was like a computer rendering of like the track.
Yeah.
But you don't spin in the video. It just shows the track, and I feel like that isn't very
It's not going to let you
representative. It's not representative of what you're actually doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently it actually has a double launch, meaning that at the beginning you go from 0 to 47 miles an hour in 3 seconds, and then at some other point in the ride you go from 30 to 45 in 3.5 seconds. So I guess there is a second
Holy shit.
place. A second place where you actually speed up, kind of like I'm assuming the end of Test Track speeds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at Silver Dollar City in Branson, and I watched video of it running, and yes, it looks exactly like it sounds. It is a spinning roller, like you were going forward and then also spinning in a circle.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
And
No.
that is a giant fuck no is what that is for me.
See, when you brought up this concept, I thought you just meant rides, because this still seems like a ride that people could enjoy, not a shittily done ride, which is what.
The thing I thought was weird about this was that the company that made it was founded in 1780, and that doesn't my brain doesn't process that correctly.
Well, see, that was some of my favorite roller coasters were those early 1780 models. Those were fantastic. But no, I thought you were talking about shitty rides, like when I went to Gatlinburg and I passed by the Jurassic Jungle Boat ride, which is in Pigeon Forge, and it's just a building. It's just this big building. And, like a theme park, you're like, oh, I could see, this building being inside a theme park and it being, nicely done. No, you pass by, fucking the Comedy Barn and and a Walmart, and then there's just a fucking really shitty version of Dinosaur out there. Because that's all it is. It's literally Dinosaur. If the lights went out in Dinosaur, they used too many fog effects, and the animatronics started melting away their flesh like Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, I'm sure people will enjoy this. It is just, but I won't. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
there.
I know for a fact. I mean, like, because I like a good roller coaster. The 90-degree drop seems bad to me, and the fact...
I also, while I was looking up this, I saw a thing of, like, basically stuff that, like, no other coasters have.
Yeah.
And one of them is called a scorpion tail.
What is...
And it is some coaster. I can't remember where it is. But basically, you go to the end, you go through a vertical loop, and then you go up a half of a vertical loop, basically like outside of the one you just did.
Yeah.
And when you get to the top and you're upside down, it stops. And then you go backwards.
And then it stops, and that's where you have to get off. That's the end of the ride.
It stops upside down, and then you go through the whole ride again backwards. And I saw that, and I went, no. I don't care if those brakes are perfect. I don't know.
I think I can handle that more than I can handle the spinning. Because I'm like, I fear no man. I don't fear death.
It literally looks like they took the ride cars from Triceratops Spin and just put them on a roller coaster track.
Well, when you brought up it being called the Time Traveler, I was like, wait, hold on. Don't they already have something like that in fucking Dino Land, USA? Because I've rode it, and that ride is garbage too.
They have some... There is... I didn't really read the story of everything.
Yeah.
Like, why it was called that, and I don't have that in this press release. But,
I mean,
there is a reason for it. I just don't know what it is.
Well, I mean, it's probably easy to thematically work in the concept of time travel. So, like, you're spinning around. In fact, hold on, I'm gonna work that into my ride. Mine is now, it's actually a 1 miles per hour is how fast this one goes. It's a 91-degree drop. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, when I saw it, like, because they were talking about the video I watched was talking about, like, oh, it's 9 degrees, and then they're like, oh, there's one in, like, California that's 116, and it's like, but that's not going to be the worst one. The worst one's this other one that's 120, and I'm like, no, that's bad.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be making an S in the air.
Yeah. Okay, worst ride you've ever ridden, go. Yours is probably going to be worse than mine.
Worst in terms of...
Not being scared,
like,
just shitty, just bad ride.
Oh, man. I haven't rode a lot of...
See, the first one comes to mind, I didn't ride, but Blake talked about it in one of, like, the first episodes of A Load of BS, and it's that weird fucking Dolly Parton fire ride.
Yeah, the fire... We made fun of that so much.
Yeah, it was...
I think I was on that episode.
Yeah. It was a pretty rough ride. I'm trying to think if there's any Disney rides that are particularly... The only one that it's not called... Triceratops Spin isn't the roller coaster in Dino City, is it?
Yeah, that's the one it's a wild mouse essentially.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
And I can't remember what the other one's called that's over there. I know there's another one.
The roller coaster?
No, there's another. I feel like there's another ride in Dino Land and that I can't in Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't remember what it is. It's like a spinner or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, the worst ride I've ever ridden is definitely that shitty roller coaster in Dino Land, USA that I think gave me whiplash 3 times and 5 concussions. But, I mean, I was like, I'm able to handle, like, the most vicious roller coaster at Universal Studios, but this is the one that pops my left hip out of joint.
I don't like Winnie the Pooh. Can I just go with that?
Now, hold on. The best part about Winnie the Pooh is the fact that the first time I rode it, firstly, I had to wait in the line for Winnie the Pooh. Not good. And so then after going and waiting through the fucking line, I'm like, this is going to be a good ride if it was worth waiting this long for. And then just rain happens. And I'm like, oh, this is the joyous fucking land of Winnie the Pooh. And now a storm is happening. The original River of Time in Mexico at Epcot was pretty bad. Oh, yeah.
Like, putting cartoon characters in helps it at least a little, but the original was pretty bad.
I mean, I think Winnie the Pooh is a good choice because it's the only ride where a beloved animated character fucking dies, and then you go through this weird... You see his soul leave his body, and then
he goes to sleep. Thank you very much.
No.
He is asleep.
I seen it, Jim. He dies. Then we go on an acid trip where a fucking vapor blows an O-ring in our face. Then we leave, and then apparently Jesus came back and revived Pooh. And then everything's happy. And it moves too fast for me to read the book, like the fucking pages of the book that's everywhere. I just wanted to read the book, but it wouldn't let me. So Jim.
I do have some other news if we want to get to it.
Okay, yeah.
Disney related news.
Okay.
Apparently at Typhoon Lagoon they're going, and this ties into last week. Apparently at Typhoon Lagoon they're going to do an event featuring Party Source Rex, which was apparently a 2012 Toy Story short film where Rex had like a bath party or something because he was apparently he didn't want to get in trouble, so he stopped all the toys from having fun, and then he realized like, well, that's no fun, so he tried to go 180 degrees the other way.
Yeah.
And he just became like a psychopath that was trying to party. But the best part about that is
Other than a creepy plastic dinosaur saying, "Come on, let's party, kids."
Well, Party Source Rex
in the bathtub.
If Tyrannosaurus Sax is half Kenny G, half T-Rex, Party Source Rex is half T-Rex and half Guy Fieri.
Yes.
But the best part is when I looked this up, I didn't realize
drivers and times.
I didn't realize like that Partysaurus Rex was a movie, and I clicked on the link in Wikipedia and it showed the poster like thing for it, and at the top the tagline is "What's up, fishes?"
I was hoping that it was gonna be he's half dinosaur and half cocaine. So Jim, this is a podcast.
The other thing is,
fuck. Okay, yeah.
I have another thing. The other thing that, and this is upsetting to a lot of people today, is that apparently Disney's going to start charging people to stay overnight at their resorts to park.
Oh, fuck that! Hell no. Oh man.
Anywhere between $13 and $40, depending on the hotel you're at.
I'm good. So Jim Murphy, this is a podcast where clearly we're the only men smart and intelligent enough to build the theme park properly. We know people don't want to pay for parking. We know people don't want a fucking creepy pedophile T-Rex asking their kids to climb in the bath with them. We know that people want the one thing and one thing only, and that's fucking dragons. And that's why we have our theme park Vista. It's all about voting, interacting, streaming. It's where you're the star. And this week I gave you the challenge of a dragon-themed ride, but I'd like to step up to the table first. Now my ride, luckily, Universal Studios has given it up because my ride's called the Dragon Challenge.
I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's the Dragon Challenge, and if anybody at Universal gets pissed, bring back. I'm holding our park ransom to bring back one of my favorite roller coasters. But the like all the advertisement for it, like the big if this ride had a slogan, it'd be, "Can you crack the code?" And so as you go in, you kind of go into like this giant computer-filled like database. And you keep seeing...
Because when I think dragons, I think...
computers. Well,
I think the Mac SE.
Well, it gets better because you start seeing like all of these hackers that the Vista hacking team have taken down. And you're just like, wow, holy shit, they're hacking. They're getting all the hackers. Because you have to assume with a theme park all based around the internet, people are going to want to try to influence it and hack in and take control of rides and kill people.
Put more dicks than are necessary.
Yeah.
We're at the line, and they want to push it over.
Oh, man, I got to work a dick into this one now. Shit. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't have one in mind. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so you finally get into your car, and you get greeted by, like, this, like... You know what? I think it's this raven-haired girl with, like, blue makeup, and she is, like, the anti-hacker. That's her name, Auntie Hacker. Aunty Hacker. And she is there to protect you guys as you guys go on a mission to defeat the ultimate Vista hacker who is known as the Dragon. Oh shit, dog. And so you get loaded in the cart and you get put into like this, like imagine the launch tube for Space Mountain, except instead of getting that weird whoosh, you get like Matrix code flying by you.
So like the top of Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, so like Spaceship Earth, but forward instead of backwards. And then you find
and when you go between
Yeah, I know what you're
before
talking
the moon.
about now.
Yes.
Not the Bray Wyatt tube near the end. and so
that's all I'm gonna think about now. The next time I get on there.
Oh, I always quietly sing his theme song to myself as I go backwards. It shoots you into like this roller coaster, and it kind of just moves you around all these different internet bits and bytes, and so it's like it's like Space Mountain, except instead of going through space, you're going through like internet and databases and stuff, until finally, boom, the card is stabbed by the hacker. The Dragon just like looks at you and is just like, oh, you're trying to get me? Not on my watch. Swipes his hand, and all the carts start going buck wild and crazy, like going backwards, moving forwards, doing all sorts of weird shit, until eventually you see, it's like Super Mario 64, where you see the picture of Princess Peach and you run towards it. And except instead of it being Peach, it's the Dragon, and you're like, oh shit, we gotta stop the Dragon. Cart starts going towards him, and just like in Mario 64, he types in some hacking code, gets rid of the track in front of you, and then you go down a 91-degree drop. Yeah, and then you go through some more roller coastery bits until finally, Auntie Hacker is just like, no, that's it. We're gonna fight back. And now you are in the Dragon's lair. And instead of being this nerdy little fat kid that he's been for the rest of the ride, now he's like this big, cool dragon who's actually ready to fight. And so the rest of the ride is you fighting the dragon using the hacker or Auntie Hacker's codes. So the whole cart gets to vote on what happens to the dragon. So you can like shrink it or change its color or do weird stuff like that to the dragon. And you do that 3 times in a row. Okay. Finally takes down the dragon. Everyone cheers. But also, before this happens, so like first 2, you're just kind of going through these loops, twists, and turns. Then the dragon's like, fine, grabs you by its tail, whoops you up into the air, which is when you start going up this giant, like, hill. And then your last code you put in, you're like, yeah, we did it. But then the tail drops you, and you go down another fucking slope. And then that's where you finally get into the end of the ride, as you come out the other end, and you're like, we defeated the dragon! Yeah! We turned him purple. We called him Figment. It's also a fun way to teach people HTML coding. This is actually a secret coding class. So yeah, that's the dragon challenge. Although we could call it chasing the dragon, I guess.
Remember to close your brackets, kids.
Yeah, this is called chasing the dragon. After this, you have to go ride the intervention ride.
Hey, I was gonna try last week. I didn't get it in. Your evicted ride, where you said that all the bad things that the old lady would do.
Oh damn it! There wasn't a dick in evicted either.
Well, yeah, but you were shooting like white stuff at her at one point,
yeah,
so
sure,
there was that.
Fair point.
But I thought one of the things that you would do to show that she was bad was that she would kill John Wick's dog. That way you could have Keanu Reeves in this park too.
Oh shit! Does every park need Keanu Reeves in it?
No, but it made sense. That's what I thought. I was like, what's evil shit that a lady can do?
Cut to the end of the show where Jim's like, Scottye, your challenge next week is a Keanu Reeves.
No, I have a better one than that, but it's
okay.
You could probably use Keanu Reeves for it.
All right, so that was my ride. Would you like to crank on down to Chinatown?
My ride is probably the most traditional, more amusement parky ride that I've probably come up with on the show, and it's just called Dragon, but it's with 2 G's, an I, and an N, and an apostrophe,
and
like drag racing. No, it's not that. Did I lose you?
Hello? No, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just making sure. Yeah, it's spelled DRAGGIN apostrophe dragon.
Yeah.
Like drag racing. It is a dueling launch roller coaster. Essentially, it's kind of like Top Thrill Dragster or King to Ka. If you've ever seen those?
Yeah.
But it's not. It doesn't have a track like that. Like you're not going 500 feet in the air vertical or anything.
Yeah.
At like 100 miles an hour.
I was fixing to say, Jim, it's a ride with dragon in the title, and then it starts off with a dual launch. I feel like me just calling mine Dragon Challenge is not the biggest stealing of ideas we're having so far.
Well, there is a ride sort of like this, or at least there was. I saw it years and years ago on TV, where it was like you against another person, and you have like a gas pedal at your feet.
Yeah.
So it does have that element in it. Basically, the idea is that there is I don't know if it's if I want to do either 16 or 20 people in a set of cars, like a roller coaster, like 4 or 5 cars of 4 people. But there's 2 sides. It starts like a drag race, but I don't know if I want to do on like the handles, like where you would hold on, like for a roller coaster, or to actually put pedals on the floor because of handicap reasons.
Oh yeah.
Basically, there would be a red pedal and a green pedal, or buttons, or whatever, and so it would start the way like a drag race starts, with like the lights going down, and basically when it gets to green, everybody has to put their foot down, and like based on which car does that quicker, better, whatever, you race out, and it goes into a what is called a Top Gun stall inversion, which is basically like one track is on the bottom and one track is directly above it, upside down.
Fuck yes.
It only apparently exists in one roller coaster in the world.
Yeah.
But because it's only for dueling coasters. So you do that, and then you come to a 90-degree bank, and like there's a point where like there's a sign or there's something that says you need to hit the brake or you're going to have a problem. And if nobody hits the brake, like it will basically automatically brake you, but it will slow you down so that the other car can like get ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
Like if you don't do it right, like you have to do it right to kind of keep yourself, like it'll still keep both sets like pretty close together, kind of like Radiator Springs Racers.
Yeah.
But the idea is like you have to follow what they're telling you to do with your pedals or your buttons to hopefully one of you, like one of the sets of cars will win. But basically you go around this 180-degree like sideways bank turn where you're supposed to quote unquote slow down, and then you speed up again and you do another Top Gun inversion, but now it's the other side. So basically both sides get to have the inversion. Mm-hmm. But one's on the way out, one's on the way back. And then there's like a finish line at the end. So it's not super long, it's not super it's going to be fast. I don't know like what kind of speed you could do.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like in that Top Thrill Dragster thing where literally the ride lasts like 45 seconds and it's basically going out and coming back in.
Mm-hmm. Now see, we could always just steal my idea from last week, which is make it Mario Kart. And just like you wouldn't have a lot.
I was thinking the like kind of the mascot of the ride could be some sort of like raced up like dragon character to go with the name.
The mascot, he's like this plumber with a big mustache and overalls. I don't know. I think he's really unique. I like the idea, but I mean we could throw in like 3 sections where like there, instead of having 2 tracks, there are 3. And the cars can kind of control which track they're on, and there are power-ups you can get, but you have to make sure you're either in the center or on another one to get the right power-up, and then you could use it to attack your opponents or boost yourself faster, one of the two. I just don't know how you would have this do the track switching.
Yes, exactly. That's what was confusing me when I first became, like, kind of thought of the idea.
Yeah.
Which I really honestly just thought of today because I literally went, oh crap, I have to come up with a dragon thing.
Welcome to every fucking Wednesday of my
life. I was looking at roller coaster stuff because of the time traveler over here.
Oh yeah. I mean, with me, I was just like, I guess I'll throw in a roller coaster. We can do something with this, I guess. But yeah, I really want there to be some way to do a legit, like, a legit racing roller coaster where you can really pass people and it really, like, slow people down and really have stuff like that. Because, like, that was my biggest disappointment.
Like, it could be that, like, the part of the thing is you want it, like, I wanted it to be a race and I wanted it to kind of have an element of randomness to it.
Yeah.
But also, you have to be able to control it because it's Vista and you want to be able to, like, influence the ride. But you don't want to have, like, one set of cars go out and come in, like, 10 seconds before the other one.
Right.
So there has to be stop gaps in place to prevent that from happening and keep it close without making it, like... So there's still a thrill of, oh, we're going to win or we're not going to win.
See, with me, like, that was the thing that disappointed me most about Tomorrowland Speedway was the fact that I was like, oh, hell yeah, go-karts! And then I walked over, I'm like, wait, why aren't the go-karts moving in the right way? What's wrong with the go-kart? The go-karts got sick. And they're like, no, they're on a track.
Top speed of a 7.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, wait, there are how many people in line for this? Oh, it's about a 35-minute wait. Why?
The crazy part about that is, like, I think at one point Tomorrowland and Disneyland had, like, 3 different tracks. Like, they had, like, a baby track for, like, real little kids.
Yeah.
And then they had 2 like, adult ones, basically. Then they were all like that. They went 7.
I was fixing to say.
But they literally had 3, or I want to say they had 3 at one time. Or I know they at least had 2, because that's how amazingly popular it was, because in 1955... like, Cars had really only just hit mainstream popularity.
Yeah. I didn't know Cars came out in the 50s. Oh, Owen Wilson's old, man. Wow. Wow, ka-chow. Fantastic. Oh, dude.
That's why Cars 3 came out and he retired.
Yeah. Man, I read about the plot of Cars 3, and it's kind of the worst thing that has ever happened.
What do you mean?
Explain. I just mean the fact that I only read the plot, so I don't know the summary. But the movie is clearly setting up that Lightning McQueen should be passing the torch to this, like, younger, better driver that he's kind of coaching along. And at the end of the movie, he's like, no, I'm still gonna race. Ka-chow. Fuck you. I'm the star of this fucking...
I don't want to ruin the movie for you, but, like, I literally watched that movie and cried at the end.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
And it has some of the graphics in that movie. I have it sitting right next to me. Some of the graphics in that movie are literally where you look at it and you go, "No, that's not computer animated. That has to be real. Like, they had to have filmed that and then put, like, computer cars on it. Like, it doesn't look fake. It doesn't look fake. It doesn't look animated, like, at all. It's insane. Like, they're like puddles of water, and then it's like a road, some mud and puddles, and you're like, no, that's real. And then the cars shoot by and, like, the reflections are in the water, and you're like, no, that's completely real. I mean, I know that was a CGI car, but that was real.
And
that's how every part of that movie is.
The most hyper realistic scene to me was when Mater started trying to sell people on Prilosec OTC.
The best part about that is, so they make Cars 2 and Mater's like 97% of that movie.
Yeah.
And I think in this one he's in there for like 3 minutes tops.
Yeah, that's what I read about the plot. I was going through it, I'm like, there's not a lot of Mater, which, you know, probably fixes a lot of problematic issues with the film. But
like,
damn.
I think they have a phone call, like a video Skype type call in the middle, and then I think he shows up at the end to be a dick to Nathan Fillion, and that's about it.
Which, by the way, we looked at the car that Nathan plays, and dude, that's straight up if Nathan Fillion was a car. I mean, that's accurate. Wow, Mater. Sorry. Well, Mater, it's good to get a hold of you. It's good to get a hold of you, too. I want to talk to you about Prilosec OTC. I get a lot of engine burn underneath my hood, and I always wash it down with a good old Prilosec OTC. Oh, dude, what fucking movie was
Over the Carburetor.
Over the Carburetor. No, there's apparently in one of the Medea movies, Larry the Cable Guy has a cameo, and in the middle of his cameo, he turns and starts talking about Prilosec. He's just like, it's good to meet you, Medea. And it's good to know that
It's
I've
like-
always got Prilosec TC in my pocket.
Wasn't there a thing with like Netflix shows where they were doing like really blatant product placement where like a person would be like, and I'm drinking Pepsi, and they like turn to the camera like it's the fucking Truman Show or something. Wasn't that a thing
Like
in
it's
some of those
Wayne's,
shows?
like it's Wayne's World. We'll never sell out. Here, take 2 of these. New print. Little, yellow, different. It's your choice. Exactly, and it's the choice of a new generation. So, Jim Murphy was a fantastic episode, my sir. Where can they find you on the internet?
Do you not want your challenge for next week?
No, fuck you. Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay, so because this is the internet theme park, I want you to make an attraction that is either based on or about memes.
Oh, fuck. Yes, you have played into my wheelhouse. Do you not...
I know, it's the most it is the most Scottye Moore thing I've ever done.
Do you not wait to this ride, my brother? Brother, do you not wait? It's the... Oh my god. Okay, a little preview of next week, because I already know what it's going to be. It's the fucking Haunted Mansion, except it's 1,000 happy dead memes. No relevant ones. Like, you pass by a room and it's just 2 ghouls doing the bottle flip challenge. Okay.
Refreshing glass of water.
So Jim, where can they find you on the internet?
I am on Twitter at apparently smart.
Oh, Jesus.
Obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, based on what I just did to Scotty's brain.
The smartest fucking people on the planet. You can find me on Twitter.
Well, I'm not clearly smart. I'm apparently smart.
You
like my mother always said.
And you can find me on Twitter at ScottyMo. That's ScottyMo. Make sure to buy my books on Amazon, guys. There's Quetzalcoatl, Risen, BS versus the Gods. So many more to come. Make sure you are on the ground floor of how amazing I... Anyways. Of course, always make sure to check out the other BS Network products, like A Load of BS, like Fight Boys, like all of our fantastic shows, ladies and gentlemen. And make sure to pick up your Opposite Attraction merch online at merch.aloadofpurebs.com under the Opposite Attraction section. And if you guys want to donate monetarily, you can do so to the entire BS Network over at patreon.com/aloadofbs. And of course, make sure to go online to opposite-attractions.com and look at our entire backlog of episodes. Check out our entire first season where I build our superhero theme park. And of course, all of the episodes before this, guys. I'm sorry, I gotta pee really bad. That's why I'm kind of like Eminem rap godding this. I'm just like, how quickly? Alright, anyways, and of course, remember, you can find Jim and me on Twitter at OpAtShow. That is spelled OPPATTSHOW. Are you down with OPP?